important business communication, he will not use a blank paper. He will not use a letter with his personal title. He will use, an individual or committee will use the letterhead of the company. So obviously, if it is the letterhead, it contains the name of the company, it contains the address of the company. Now the second thing, let me give you one example. For example, if you are attending a class, if any of your professors in the class has forgotten duster, has forgotten to bring a duster from the staff room, or has forgotten a book in the classroom. So when he remembers it, he will send one of the students from the class to the staff room. He will ask him to bring the duster or to bring the book for him. So the student will go to the staff room. He will come back. Now, if you come back with a duster, or if you come back with the demanded or asked book, to whom will you submit? Obviously, to the professor who has demanded or who has sent you to bring it, not to any other professor in the nearby classes. So here also the business report is submitted to the company, to the management, to the authorities who have appointed this individual or this, who have formed this committee to issue this matter, to study this problem, to make some suggestions to the management. So obviously the report is submitted to the authorities who have appointed it, and the appointing authority is the company itself, and that is why we use the same title inside it also, which we use in the above in the letterhead. Then comes the salutation, dear sir or dear sirs. If you use the board of directors, if you in the first line in the inside address is the board of directors, the salutation we will use in this report will be dear sirs, because here our report is addressed not to one particular person, to any chairman or to any managing director, but our report, our communication is addressed to all the directors of the company. So we use here dear sirs as salutation. Now let us have a look on the next slide. It gives you an overall idea, a bird's view of the individual report, how it looks. See, here the first line is, we can call subject line, report on the recent fire accident in the factory. So this is the subject line. In the next paragraph, we write or we mention the authorization. In accordance with the instructions given to me, why the resolution number so and so passed in the meeting of the board of directors, like that. So it goes on like this, it reads like this. So that is called authorization. The next point is the procedure adopted for collecting data or data collection. So the person will write, I visited the factory. In the next line he can write, I had series of meetings, or I held discussions with the managers, with the supervisors, with the employees, with the workers. Then in the next point he writes, I submit below the report. So these are the, we can say, beginning in the body. Then whatever findings he has collected, whatever information he has collected, he gives in the findings. So in findings he presents the information in several paragraphs. He also makes some comments. He also analyzes the findings which he is going to present here. And at the end, he gives his suggestions, his recommendations, what the company should do, what type of actions should be taken in this matter. For example, if it is decline in sales, what to be done to stop this decline, what is to be advisable to boost up the sales, etc. These are called recommendations. And at the end, there is signature, yours faithfully. Yours faithfully is a complementary clause which we use in individual business report. You know the signature. Below the complementary clause, we put our signature. Below signature, we put into bracket the name of the signatory person. For example, here on the slide, you can look at the signature part. It is, hello. Now let us look on the structure of committee report. In the committee report, we start with the body. In the body, the first point is introduction. What do we do in introduction? We mention here the subject line. Let me remind you one thing here, friends. The individual business report is drafted, is written exactly in the style of business letter. So starting with letter head in the beginning, then address, date, inside address, salutation, subject line, body, complimentary clause and signature. It follows all these points. But the committee report does not strictly follow the letter style. Exactly, it does not go exactly according to the business letter. It directly starts with the body. It directly starts with the subject. So subject line is the first thing in the structure of a committee report. Then comes the authorization and terms of reference. Who has authorized the committee? Who has appointed the committee to inquire into this matter? When and how? So here we can give the date of the letter, the number of the resolution which was passed to form this committee. So these are the things which will be mentioned here in the authorization and terms of reference. Then in the next paragraph, we can give procedure followed for data collection. How did we collect this? How did the committee collect this data? Then comes the closing. In the closing, see the closing here it's just a little bit different compared to individual report. The first three parts is okay. They are one and same. Complimentary clause, signature, designation. But one thing I would like to mention here is, in individual report, the complimentary clause we mentioned is yours faithfully. But here, the complimentary clause in committee report, the complimentary clause we use is not yours faithfully. It is signed on behalf of the committee. And both the members of the committee will sign below the complimentary clause. In individual report, the date is written at the top. It becomes a part of the heading. But in committee report, there is no place, there is no room for heading. We do not write or we do not use the heading because directly it starts from the subject line. So, the date is mentioned at the end. Where we put our signature or where the committee members put their signatures, just quite opposite to it on the left hand side, just beside the margin, date and place are written. For example, if you remember, friends, you fill up the form like admission form or maybe examination form. So, where do you write the date and place in such type of forms? At the end, where you put signature, signature comes on the right hand side. Just opposite to it on the left hand side, near the beside the margin, there comes date and place. So, in committee report also, we use date like this. Now, we can have an overall view or bird's view of the committee report. If the committee report is presented, how it will look? So, the first comes report of the committee on the recent fire accident in the factory. This is the subject line. The green line here mentioned, it is the authorization in accordance with the instructions given to and powers vested in the committee, like that. It reads like that. That is called authorization. The next point is the procedure gathering for collecting for data. So the committee visited the factory. See, one thing I would like to mention here. In individual report, we use I visited the factory. But in committee report, we don't use we. Remember this thing while writing business report in exam also, because many number of students commit these mistakes. I have observed this thing while assessing papers at college and also at university. So never write we in committee report. Always mention the committee. The committee visited the factory and the committee submits below the report. Then in the next part, we give in several paragraphs, separate paragraphs, we give findings. Whatever information we have collected, we give analysis on these findings, we give comments on these findings. Then in the last paragraph, we present recommendations. See, the complementary clause here is different from the individual report. In individual report, we used to write yours faithfully, but here it is, for example, you can see it is where the cursor is moving, you can see signed on behalf of the committee, and two persons, both the persons of the committee or both the members in the committee will put their signature below this complementary clause, and the date and place is written on the left hand side, just like this. Then in case of committee report, normally it happens that all the members sign the committee. For example, if there are 2 members, 3 members, all the members put their signature in the committee. But sometimes it is also possible that only the convener or chairman of the committee can sign the document, can sign the committee report on behalf of the whole committee, or on behalf of the, we can say, all the members. But sometimes it happens that one of the members in the committee does not agree with the findings. So what happens? He will sign with a note of dissent. Now, in the end of our lecture, let us have a look on distinction of individual report and committee report, or we can say what is the difference between these two reports, or let us compare and contrast these two reports. We can say kind of revision of our whole lecture. So, individual report is prepared by a single person. Committee report is prepared by 2 or more persons. Since it is individual report is prepared by a single person, obviously it uses first person singular in the presentation. Everywhere the person will use I, me, my as pronouns. The committee report is written in third person singular because the committee works as a whole or as a single unit. So, in the committee report, we do not mention we instead of I as in individual report. So, here we write the committee, the third person singular. Then the next points of distinction, comparison and contrast are: in individual report we can see more personal. It is more personal in tone or subjective in presentation, because one individual, only one person using I, me, my everywhere writes the report. So obviously it becomes, or unknowingly it becomes a little bit personal or subjective. But what happens in committee? Committee is drafted by 2 persons. So there is no place for personal thing or subjectivity. It becomes objective and impersonal in presentation. Individual report adopts middle style. It is neither too formal nor too informal. So we can say it is less formal, it is less informal. And committee report adopts formal style. And in individual report, it discusses routine business inquiries and simple problems. If the problem is not that much important, it is handed over to individual. But if the problem is having vital importance, or if it is a complex type of inquiry, you can look in the committee report, it is given to the committee. So committee discusses some more important issues and complex type of inquiries. And the last point here is, in the distinction of individual and committee report, is individual report follows the business letter format. So this is the main basic difference between the presentation, or between the style of we can see the manner of presentation, the narration style of these two reports. Individual report follows the business letter format. It is written in the style of business letter, starting with letter head, date, inside address, salutation, subject line, body, and complementary clause and signature. But what happens in committee report? It does not strictly follow the business letter format. It directly starts from the subject line. So this is the basic difference between individual and committee. Now friends, I hope I have tried to satisfy you. I have tried to satisfy all your queries on what is a business report, what is individual business report, what is committee business report. So if you have any doubt, if you have any questions or queries, you are welcome with your questions, with your queries. I am here to satisfy you. Thank you, friends.
સંધાન. ઓલ ગુજરાત ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ ક્લાસરૂમ.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.